Hello, everybody. How are you doing? Today is Sunday, December 19th. Still part of the 40-day challenge I have for myself. So this is a project that you can actually sell, Sewing to Sell. Remember, that's the podcast I have called Sell It. So we are talking about that. And you can use this as gifts for somebody. My people that I usually talk to are memory bear business owners, and they offer sentimental sewing, keepsake sewing, memory, and comfort care sewing. So we are a very niched group, but anybody can do this. If you sew, do this. And if you don't sew, then use fabric glue. All right. So we end up with a lot of nice fabric scraps, whether we are quilting or making clothes or whatever. And I know that with the memory bear business, we often end up with our customers' fabric scraps from their clothes. A lot of my customers tell me just to dispose of the fabric myself, to do whatever. Whenever they tell me that, I give them an option. I can upsell them a product that I'm going to show you here. And there's three options for this project or product, I should say. Or if they turn that down, then I just recycle the scraps. Anyways, and I have a whole video on that in this playlist. So it's called Sell It. Just look on my channel and you will find what I've done to become a certified green business in Ohio. But anyways, this project is simple to do, takes just minutes, and you would use your customers' leftover buttons and fabric from their clothes. So for this example, this is a heart. It's a two-sided heart. That way, if they decide to hang it on a doorknob, in the windowsill, on the rear view mirror in their car, wherever, then it's pretty. It's nice on both sides. Now, only on one side do I have an antique button. But again, this is just an example. I like to show my customers these examples to give them an idea of what is possible with their fabric scraps. Now, I also offer sublimation. So my customer would pick a name or a word or have it monogrammed. You can either sublimate that, or you can have it hand embroidered or machine embroidered. So there's three other options to add to this ornament. I sell the ornaments, plain ornaments, 3 in a set for $15. Now, I do have to increase the price a little bit depending on what service that they want. So sublimation, hand embroidery, and machine embroidery is another 75 cents per ornament. So we're looking at $15 for the set and like an extra $2 for customization. And then there's another option for my customers. They can have it just stuffed with, plain polyfill, so it's nice and soft and squishy. Or they can, again, I would offer them another option, and that would be to make it a scented sachet. Now, I don't overcharge for all of this. I've seen sets of a set of three go for $75, and I will never do that to my customers. I think you do whatever's right for your business and your target audience. But as far as my customers, the base rate for a plain set of 3 ornaments, it's $15. And then again, they have several options to upgrade the product. You can go crazy with these. I have seen these given out as wedding favors in a case where one of the parents were no longer alive. The bride or groom chose to have ornaments made out of the clothing of their deceased parent, and it became a gift that they handed out at their wedding. So, you think outside the box. That has been my theme for the last 40 days. Well, we're into what, day 35 or something like that. Think outside the box in your business, in your sewing business. And again, I give you a lot of sewing to sell business ideas in this playlist. Moving into 2022, I'm going to be doing the same thing. If you watch the background behind me, it changes often because I'm in the middle of moving. So, when you move your sewing studio, you just kind of plop the computer down and you film wherever you can. So bear with me with these changes. But anyways, I just wanted to give you an idea. You can make the length of this, the hanger right here, any length you want. I just used a soft sheer ribbon. You can use lace. You can even make strips of fabric out of the clothing that your customers no longer want. And again, it's just use your imagination. My tip for you, again, it's a preference for me. I liked this look. I like this look. It's a raw edge look. All I did was use pinking shears around the heart shape, and I sewed the two different fabrics together. And I'm going to pick this apart just a little bit more for you. One side of the heart is a solid fabric. This little piece of fabric came from scraps of a different project. The other side is a printed fabric with a little piece of the plain. This plain fabric blends in with both sides. I like matchy. You don't have to. I sit down and I like to interview. In a way, I interview my customers. Not every customer is going to be a good customer for my company. And my company is not going to be the right choice for every customer. And that's why it's so important to take time to speak to your customer. Don't just accept an order without actually speaking to them. If you are more of an introvert and you don't like talking to individuals, you're going to have to work through that. I am not really an extrovert. I'm more of an introvert. And when I am around large crowds, it just literally drains my energy, right? I become foggy in the brain. I can't think straight half the time. So when I sit down and I get ready to do a customer consultation, that's what it's called in a sewing business. You really have to clear your mind. You have to have notes. You have to have your notepad, and you need to be focused on what that customer is wanting. You are the business owner. You have to get your customer to help you draw a picture of what they're thinking in their mind. I have a whole class on just this topic for your sewing business. The link is on my website at StephanieGrams.com. You can get on my free newsletter at StephanieGrams.com. I have my book, the link to my book that I published called The Ultimate Guide for Sentimental Sewing. And I'm sorry, for memory bears and sentimental sewing business owners. It's a long, long title. And I have the podcast and the free blog, free newsletter, all the good stuff for you to help you with your sewing business in 2022. I give you the lowdown. I share all the goofs and mistakes that I've made in hopes that you don't make the same ones. And I tell you my successes. That way you can mimic what I do and maybe have the same type of success. All right, guys. Again, I hope you enjoyed this tip. You can do all kinds of things with fabric scraps, whether it's from memory bear clothes, quilts that you make, t-shirt quilts, quilting in general, sewing in general. Quick, simple, beautiful gifts, by the way. These can go on Christmas trees, windowsills. I like to put these in my windowsill, and I hang them on doorknobs. When they're scented, I like to keep them in closets. Really, you can scent it and put it in your car. All right, guys, I hope you have a great day. I will see you tomorrow. Lord willing, I will be here again tomorrow going live. Please like, subscribe, ring the bell for notifications, and share my channel. It is a free way to help me out. And I hope you have a wonderful day. Bye, guys.